Hello, welcome back, guys. I'm hoping you're doing well, wherever you are. Now, what Samia did has shocked the whole world, and people are trying to digest like, how can a president jail a main opponent, then conduct an election, then declares herself the winner? I mean, you see, like I said before here, we are used to rigging, like someone steals votes. That has been happening. That's the reality. But where someone is jailing the main opponent, I think that is the worst form of dictatorship. And it is even reminding people, in fact, it's reminding people of the ruthless leaders Africa's had before, like Idi Amin and the rest. And now, when you're keen, I don't want to waste any time. I want you to read a message that is coming from a credible source, Ellen Clark, former New Zealand Prime Minister, who delivered a bombshell to Samia Suluhu. Let me read it for you, then we go together. No electoral results reported at 98% is credible. In this case, in Tanzania, key opposition figures were detained. There was pre-election violence, and since the election, hundreds of people are reported to have been killed by security forces. These are desperate days for Tanzania. Yes, actually, she was trying to respond to a post from BBC where it was saying that Tanzania's Electoral Commission has declared Samia Suluhu Hassan the winner of the presidential election with nearly 98% of the votes. Hundreds of people are feared dead. Now, you see, Ellen Clark is just being candid, and she's saying that there is no an election in the world that, of course, 98% is claimed that the winner garners 98%, then the winner is the president. That's not a fair election. That is a sham election. That is rigging. And it's the reality. It's open daylight. Yeah? And now, you see, she's even saying that there's violence after elections. That means that the people who are protesting are almost 80% of Tanzania was protesting. Then who gave votes to Samia Suluhu if 80% is protesting? She's saying that then there's death. She's saying that Tanzania is in darkest hour. It is the reality. Now, what I've seen ever since Samia Suluhu was announced the winner, no president has actually showered her congratulations. Because people are even afraid. Like, how would you congratulate Samia Suluhu? Even Kenya's president, Ruto, has not even said congratulations. Maybe he has said behind the scene, but he has not publicly said congratulations. Even Uhuru Kenyatta, former president, even Uganda's Museveni has not said. No president has done that because what Samia did was just shameful, and I think this will haunt her because this is going to destroy her image. Like, how do you conduct such an election? You just beat people, you jail people, people protest, you don't care, you announce yourself the winner, you want to say yourself. No one is going to respect you. You can't do that. No one does that. In fact, Samia Suluhu should have just said that election should be nullified. Then Samia Suluhu should call for a fresh election, and she should actually face formidable opponents in a free and fair field. Should she win, people will respect her. You see, the reason as to why Magufuli was respected because Magufuli conducted a very free and fair campaigns, and Magufuli won elections free and fair, square, without because he didn't even hear the case of the rigging case. But in this case of Samia Suluhu, even someone who is not learned, we just see that this woman stole elections. And now you're seeing Chadema, calling out, crying out, asking the world, asking US and other powerful countries to intervene in this matter, and of course to try and solve the issue by actually ordering Samia Suluhu to call for a fresh election. Of course, she can't accept that because the moment she accepts that, that means that she's going home. Because the people who are protesting are the same people who will vote her out. So she cannot accept another elections because that means she's going home. So it is dark days in Tanzania, and of course we need to pray for Tanzanian people because these messages are not okay. Because these messages we're seeing, like elections have been stolen, the world is watching, Even fellow politicians are shunning away. They are refusing to actually acknowledge Samia Suluhu as a president. And of course, to her, she does not care because all she wants is power. Okay, and she'll do anything whatsoever to be in power. She does not care how you insult her, how you say what to say about her. What she cares is that she's the president of Tanzania and she will remain the president of Tanzania. And of course, it is shameful because the police are killing the citizens who are actually calling for, for democracy to be respected. The citizens who wants to change their country, but you are seeing over 500 people shot dead. It is so shameful, and it is wrong. It is wrong. There's no way a government should kill people, the people who actually should be served by the same government. So this election is actually going to portray Tanzanian government in bad light. And I'm telling you very well that once America is intervening in this matter is going to be a very big issue. And Samia Suluhu will be shocked to find herself in ICC. Because, people will say that, okay, you take the elections, then you ordered police to actually maim the protesters. That will be the story. So this is going to destroy the image of Samia Suluhu. And no one in the world will respect her because what she has done was just wrong because she did it in broad daylight. Of course, we are used to presidents in Africa, taking elections. We have heard those stories, but they don't do it in broad daylight. But this has been done in broad daylight to a point whereby the opposition is not even allowed to contest. The opposition is jailed. The opposition is not even allowed to go outside the country. Like, for example, the case of Heche. Heche was not allowed to go outside the country when he tried to actually sneak out and go bury Raila Odinga. That's the kind of leadership Samia Suluhu is actually employing in Tanzania. And that's why you see the world is now coming up against her. The world is rejecting a victory. And I think she should call herself for a meeting and ask herself, what is she doing? Then she should cancel her victory and call for a fresh election and campaign so that if at all she will win, the world will respect her. Tell me what you think, and of course, we'll see you in the next video. Subscribe, tell me, do you think it's a good thing for Samia Suluhu to actually conduct such a sham election? Subscribe. Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea. The place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dr. Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.